Hi, I'm Elise Yanker Hasenei. I'm the founder and CEO of GoLisey.com. And I'm actually here today to tell you a little historical piece about my beginnings with the company, which really touched me. And I feel they're part of the journey that I would love to share with you. So the vision of the company is to uplift the daily mood of patients and their support circles. So very first product that we are starting with are Glam Gowns for radiation treatment. We call it for treatment now, life later. And so I had spent a lot of time in New York. This is a business I'm just learning about, so I have been talking to as many people as possible in fabric showrooms and consultants and talking to people in the business who have been amazing. So I actually got to the point where I got a sample done, had a factory in Brooklyn, and all I needed was fabric. And I needed 24 yards to make 12 sample gowns. So a guy that I had been meeting with said, hey, it's 6:15, you've got 45 minutes, run over to Mood in New York. Just walk on over and go in and see if you can find something. So I did, and I actually felt like I was on Project Runway. It was really quite exciting. So I show up at the store, I go in, I talk to one of the salespeople, and I said, look, this is what I need, this is how much I want to pay for it, and he essentially laughed me out of the store. I was feeling a little crestfallen about that, so I'm getting ready to leave, sort of, my tail between my legs, thinking, what am I doing? And a very nice-looking gentleman was standing at the doorway, and I said, gee, do you work here? And he said, I do. And I said, well, do you have wholesale accounts? And he said, no, I don't have wholesale accounts, but, wholesale is relative. What can I do for you? And so I explained to him, told him what I was doing, told him what I was looking for, and he goes, meet me in the back. I thought, this is so New York, this is so Mood. I loved it. So you're probably wondering about the gown that I'm sitting in right now. This is actually a vintage fabric, and this links to my story at Mood. This was the inspiration for the Glam Gowns. It was my mother's gown from the 1970s. I actually used it as the pattern for my very first glam gown. I cut out a tunic style from this. So hold on to that thought, because while I'm in the store at Mood, I'm going through fabrics. I find this roll of fabric that actually had all the colors from the logo in it. We love our hot pink, turquoise, and lime green, which are all elevational colors. So I find the roll, they go and they roll it out, and magically, it's 24 yards. I'm thinking, okay, this is a good sign. Exactly what I needed, 24 yards. I go and I pay, and I get back to the hotel, and I notice on the fabric that there's a little signature line that's actually in the fabric of the material I bought, and it says Auguste. So when I get back to Washington, I live in D.C., I look at this gown, and it's from the 70s, designed by Catherine Auguste, and that is the exact same fabric that I had just purchased in New York. So it actually makes me want to tear up, and I feel emotional about it because my mom passed away 10 years ago from cancer, and the fact that my mom, I know she was present with me in this story, that it was really meant to be, and that I am on the right track to do something to help women going through a process that is scary and can be depressing, and anything that can elevate the mood of a patient or their support circles by purchasing a gown for one of your friends or dear loved family members would be helpful. So there you go. There's a little historical piece of one of my big inspirations, not only my mom, but her fashion sense for the GoLisey Glam Gowns.